Thanks, Pete. Mudassir.
According to everyone, whoever is in the USA. So basically, my question to you is to John Sir is basically now we saw that Democrats almost flipped the House and things like that. But can we also? But when Trump is going to contest elections in 2024, God forbid, that if he may come to office, whether there is going to be a Russia or a Saudi Arabian collusion to bring him back to the house, because one video from Abdullah Al-Auda, that is the son of imprisoned father Salman Al-Auda, he had published a video where Salman bin Bandar, the crown prince that time, had said that we influence USA's elections. So isn't that going to be the underlying factor in American politics? That is firstly my first point. And regarding the Democrats also, it was a very good perspective what John Sir laid, that because if you look at the Democrats, they are not very vocal on Iran, they are wanting to revive the deal and wanting to help the Iranian regime somehow to increase their hegemony in the Middle East. So what is the next alternative to that? Because you see many Democratic senators are also linked with these far-right Hindu nationalist groups back in our country. So what is the alternative of the real socialists, I mean, not the campist ones? So that's my second question. And the last and the final question is, how can we build solidarity, that is start a grassroots movement in order to defeat both the Republicans and the Democrats and that is the campus left, in order to make our voices heard without any influences, of course. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Don, did you capture his questions?
I got two of them. One was the alternative to the Democrats and Trump, and the other Mudassir's last point about how to build solidarity at the base, and while at the same time keeping out the Republicans, the Democrats, and the campus left. I think that's...
Mudassir, maybe you can clarify your third question. You can send it.
It was his first question that I didn't...
It's the first question.
I have to apologize. My hearing isn't that great.
No problem, sir. I'll repeat my question again. So basically, the fact was that the Saudi royal family, the crown prince that time, that was Prince Bandar of Saudi Arabia, had claimed that he influences elections in the USA. You're hearing me? You're able to get my question, sir?
Cheryl, did you?
Yeah, he's talking about the influence of the Saudis on the U.S. election.
Yes, Saudi. Yes.
Yes.
So
okay.
So Saudi. So now recently I heard that I also got news that the crown prince's main businessman was hanging out with Trump. So is that going to have an impact on the 2024 presidential elections? Maybe the Saudis want to fit in the most favorite candidate, Trump, because they are not able to get things from the Democrats. And what I inferred from the fact is also, when they killed Khashoggi brutally in the embassy in Istanbul, consulate, it is because of his condemning Trump's policies in the Middle East. Is that what I am correct about? That's my last question. What the first question basically, the influence of the Saudis after the Russians.
Okay.
I'm talking about the lobbying aspect of it.
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
We might have John come back and answer the questions before he finishes.
Mudassir asked about the influence of Saudi Arabia in U.S. elections. And I don't think it's that great, really. For one thing, you can see that both the two parties are, because Saudi Arabia is basically tied in with Israel, as far as I can see, with the only real difference being that Saudi Arabia has a lot of oil. And also has a base, you know, amongst like Islamic fundamentalists and so on. But I don't see them having that great of an influence. And as far as if Donald Trump runs again in 2024, I mean, if he runs or DeSantis runs, doesn't matter. They're both the same. I mean, there is, and when you come to the ballot, when it comes time to actually voting, there is no alternative to voting for the Democrats if you want to keep these fascist connected, and I don't call them fascists, but fascist connected Republicans out of office. So I think those are the main points. But again, I think that we should that our starting point has to be, how will this new movement develop? And how do we relate to it even when it hasn't started yet?